You see, the thing with these people, my whole thing is like this. They do something that rubs you the wrong way. They know what they did. They try to come back. They try to hit you up. They try to get your attention. They try to come back into the picture. Out of nowhere. As if nothing not even happened. Shit ain't even happened. And the only thing you can think is like, if they can't be accountable for the things they've done, how can I trust this person? You can't. Nor could you even trust them in the first place, again, even if they were accountable. Probably because of what they done. They know exactly what they did. But yet, they just think they're entitled to come back into your life. I don't care who it is. Could be your best mate. It could be a family member. It could be your ex. It could be anybody at all. But this is how these scumbags act. Like, you can't do that kind of shit to people and think you're going to get away with it. Stupid. And you are stupid if you let somebody like that back into your life. Stupid. Because nothing good is going to come out of it. Worst will happen. Bad things will happen again. And again and again. Until you walk the fuck away. This is them. This is them hanging over a cliff and you have their shirt. They're bent over like this, and if you let their shirt go, they're gonna fall off the cliff. Are you going to take them, or are you going to let go and keep walking? You're going to let go. See you later. I gotta go. I gotta go. So, you let them go. They fall off the cliff and you walk away. And that's just how it has to be. And I don't mean literally, but they're kind of dead to you like that. You know, it's what you got to do. They're not on your level. They think they can get away with a bunch of fuck shit and do crazy things. There's consequences to that. Like, you think you can do that shit and come back into my life? You're about to really see how valueless you really are. Because people that can get away with everything and don't get any reality checks or hard consequences, they will push the limits to see what they can get away with. And they'll keep doing it. You have to be the one that teaches them a lesson. Maybe you're that. Maybe that's what you were in that situation for. Maybe you got to be their lesson. You got to teach them the lesson, and then they'll know with somebody else. Well, you know what happened last time. You probably shouldn't do that. You probably shouldn't do that. So you could teach them a lesson and proceed forward. But it's just, that's how they are. That's how they are because they were never told no in their lives. And if you were never told no in your life, you're going to continue to see what you can get away with. But you will eventually end on something that you cannot get away with. So maybe that has to be your job to teach them what they cannot get away with, so they'll know. It's a good lesson for them, good lesson for you. Then you go your separate ways. And depending on the person, they might be extremely pissed that they can't get you back. Ain't good. Let them be pissed. I pissed off a lot of people because I wouldn't let them back. It is what it is. What the fuck do you want me to do? You can blame yourself, but no, they'll never blame themselves. They'll never take accountability. So, losers. Absolute losers. They will not take accountability. Not taking accountability means you are a loser. You can't take a loss. I don't think anybody likes to lose. I hate losing, but I can take a loss. Just because I hate it does not mean I can't take a loss very, very well. I can take a loss very, very well. Better than most. It's not that I like it, but I take it. Just like pain, I can take pain. Just like running long distances, it's painful, but I can do it. I used to sprint 8-mile runs on the treadmill in like an hour and 5 minutes. That is a long, long, long run at a high pace. 8.5 to 9.5 speed. The whole time. Not fun, but I can do it. You get the point? And these people, these entitled people that know exactly what they've done to you but don't want to take accountability, they can't take a loss. They can't own up to what they've done to right that wrong because they don't like it. And they don't do anything they don't like. They have to like what they're doing. They would like to come back to you, which is why they try. But they don't like the accountability part. I can't feel this way. They're too fucking prideful. They're too arrogant. Because at the time, when they done what they done, they felt like doing it. So they did it. That's why they can't take accountability. But they're crazy as fuck, bro. Because they don't see it as how it affected you. In fact, they know it did, but they don't care. So, with that being said, they will not take accountability. And it's just crazy. These people, like, they are the definition of the ones that shoot themselves in the foot repeatedly. They could have lives so much better than they have it. But they cannot take a loss. All they see themselves as doing is what they want to do all the time, and even if it's wrong, they're not going to take accountability, and they'll just keep doing a bunch of crazy shit and never take accountability. Ever. And I'm here to tell you guys not to deal with these people. Don't fucking do it. They are hazardous to deal with. You don't want them in your life long term. They come for short term to teach you a lesson. You learn a lesson from it. You teach them a lesson by not giving them what they want. That might humble them just a little bit more. It won't do it all the way probably, but it will at least a little bit. Because you tell them no. You have the courage to tell them no. And that's how it's got to be. So, the power of walking away is a real thing. And whether you want to believe so or not, you will be blessed by something for walking away. There were certain things I walked away from that I didn't necessarily want to 100%. But I knew it was the right thing. So, the fact that I know it's the right thing makes it easy. Like, there was not one thing that's like, oh my God, maybe I should just be with this person, give them another shot, do this, do that. No, there was literally nothing in me to do that. I knew the right answer. Somebody could have been your type a while back, but as time goes on, they might not no longer be your type. Because when you take a certain direction in life, and they take the opposite direction in life, you will probably be no longer compatible with those people. Probably not. But if you elevate in your way and they elevate in their way, you both grow, not at the same things maybe, then you could be compatible. But if you're growing in opposite ways, if you're growing and they're not, which means the opposite way, you're not going to be compatible. You might have been kind of equal to them at one point, kind of similar, equal in value, kind of. But when you really kick it into gear and you do crazy work, discipline to a whole other level, and they're not at all, you will not be compatible with a person like that. You have to work hard. You have to do what you have to do. And if somebody else in your life is not willing to do that, you guys will not be together. This goes for friends as well, and family. I've lost a lot of people along the way on my journey. Because you grow apart. And even everything in the past, it happens for a reason. There could have been something that you really liked short term, just like I did in the past. But things I didn't understand when I was young is sometimes these things have to come to a quick end because you cannot see what's coming in the future. You can't. Your life and your path is special. It's unique. You might see certain people at a young age and these relationships and they got this shit going on and all this kind of stuff. That's because that's their path. It might not be yours. Maybe you have to be single for a little while longer and work on yourself a little longer, and all of a sudden you strike gold. This is how things work. You might strike gold tomorrow. You might strike gold 5 years later. You might strike gold in 10 years. Who knows? Everybody's life, everybody's path is very, very different. You can't question why things are happening. If I could tell young people something like this is exactly what I would tell them. People are so eager to look cool by having the right things in life temporarily because they can't see long term. They want to feel they want to feel like they need certain things in their life to look a certain way to other people. But what for? There's a reason why you're in the position that you're currently in. So be as motivated as possible in the current situation that you're in. Work as hard as you can possibly work. Do all the right things. And you will get the best results. There's a reason as to why things happen. Just like my life in the past. Certain things had to happen to wake me the fuck up. To become the best that I can possibly be. Because that is what had to happen with my life and my journey. It had to happen. I got taught good lessons. I taught other people good lessons. It couldn't have been better. But at the time, when you're in it, you can't understand certain things. You might have liked certain things a lot, the way they were, but it had to come to an end for the greater good. It was a sacrifice, and it had to happen to elevate you further in your journey. That had to happen for you so you could use that as motivation to go forward in your journey. Like it had to. And like I said, At the time, you can't really see that clearly. You can't see why. You don't know the exact why. You just have to trust in yourself. You have to trust in God and keep doing all the right things. That is really how it goes. So if you can do that, you will get the win. You will be gifted with the win. While other people who want to play fucking cat and mouse and all this dumbass shit, they can take big fat L's for the rest of their lives. You will get nothing but big W's from here on out. And especially in your future. Big W's, big wins. While a bunch of other people who are greedy as hell are gonna live the rest of their lives like a walking L. They'll look at you one day. You were the best thing that they possibly could have got their hands on, and they lost it. They lost the opportunity. They lost the opportunity to even have a conversation with you, let alone be by your side, let alone be with you. You know what I mean? And this is just how it is, man, when people gotta be that way. It's just how it is. They know exactly what they did. You know exactly what they did. They don't want to admit to it. They don't want to do nothing like that. They had no problem doing it at the time, but, you know, another life lesson. Take as many life lessons as you can is what you should do, because they're all good. They all elevate you when it's all said and done. You can't see it at the time, in the exact moment, but all this stuff elevates you. All of it. Things that happened to me, I needed those things to happen. I needed that. And the second I got these big wins was when certain people tried to come back into my life and they got shut down. Like a defense on a football team. Because I'm no longer compatible with you at all. I'm looking right through you right now. I can see through you. We are no longer compatible. You are not at my level. Your value has decreased. Mine has increased. We're not on the same page. That's what happens when you get greedy. That's what happens when you think life is all sunshine and rainbows and you try to live a life like that without self-improving, without keeping your value as a human being fresh. You gotta stay fresh, folks. You gotta stay fresh. You gotta stay valuable. You gotta work hard on yourself if you want better things. You can't sit here and tell me you can eat Kentucky Fried Chicken all the time and do a bunch of crazy shit and never exercise and never take care of yourself and let yourself go and all that stuff. Get into drugs maybe, I don't know. And just think your value is going to be good. No. Not at all. You have to put in work. And not only do you have to put in work, you have to do the right things in life to be a more valuable person. I don't care what anybody says. Health is wealth. I think we all know this. It's kind of obvious. But it's like, if you can't be healthy, how can you be wealthy? You can't. You can't. If you're an unhealthy person, you are literally useless to me and everybody else. You're not even useful to yourself, let alone anybody else. You can't. You're not physically capable. You're not mentally capable. You have no strength. So it's like, you can't really be around people like that. You have to take care of yourself. This video right now could even be a wake-up call to other people. Like, you have to take care of yourself. You have to be healthy to an extent. I'm not saying be perfect, but you have to be healthy to an extent. You have to be. I know a lot of people who let themselves go. I'm not close with these people anymore. because they're just too far gone. Health comes in many different ways. And if you're just losing, like, you're losing everything, like, how can you literally do anything to make someone even want to be next to you? You have to be appealing. You have to be attractive to an extent. You got to be healthy. You got to take care of yourself. You got to be sharp in the mind and the body and the soul. You got to be sharp. And if you can't, that's your loss. There's no reason why you can't. I turn away people like this because I know where people are at. I turn away people like this because I know they don't have what it takes to be by my side. They don't. They're not even worthy to be by my side. I have high standards for myself. I have high standards for the people that are in my life. Very high. And you know what? It just goes to show how effed up the world is, because these standards are normal to me, but it's like the highest standards to like most other people. I have normal standards to myself. It's just so high when it comes to most other people in the world. I don't even see it as high. I see it as normal. But a lot of other people, oh, that's too high, that's too much. It goes to show, like I said, how fucked up the world really is. It really does. And people in their fucking entitlement and shit like that. Like, thinking you can go around doing all the crazy shit you do with no consequences. There's consequences to every action you fucking make, whether it's good or bad. There's a consequence to everything. Absolutely everything. There's consequences to your positive actions. There's consequences to your negative actions. Negative actions equals negative results. Positive actions equals positive results. They're both consequences. There are consequences to your positive actions. You will attract positive things. It's a good consequence, isn't it? This is just how it is. You are what you will attract. You will attract what you are. So that's just how it's going to be. Like, I'm an OG. My dog that I'm going to get is going to be an OG. I'm going to spend a lot of time with my dog. I'm going to feed my dog proper food, supplements proper exercise, proper fun, proper everything. My dog is going to live its best life. The same thing with my family. They're going to live their best life. Because we all live to a standard. You set a standard for yourself. You set a standard for the people around you. And if you're just all off track with who I am, how can I let you be next to me when you're doing a bunch of crazy shit? You can't. We're not compatible. Like, I don't even know what the fuck you are. We don't have that connection. We're not connected. We can't do anything. So, if you're that far off with another human being, you can't do nothing with them. They gotta get the fuck out of here. That's what's gonna happen. So, like I said, guys, when people like that try to come back, you gotta kick them the fuck out. You have to show them the door. Get out. And they're gonna be so upset. I've seen it with my own two eyes. People I used to be with, I seen with my own two eyes how upset they were when I would not accept them. And I could tell they never handled rejection before in their lives. Never. That was the first. They did not take that well. Did not sit with them well. That's what you get. Because your value went like this. While over the time, my value went like this. Because of my actions and because of your pathetic actions. It is what it is. And man, at the same time, they know what they done. It's not like, oh, they're just blinded by what they done. No, I never done nothing. Deep down, they know what they done. They just don't want to take accountability for it. They don't want to talk about it. Because in their mind, what's done is done. Accept me as I am. No one's going to accept you as you are. Why? I don't accept fucking nobody as they are. You have to be a certain way. Oh my God, you're so superficial. Oh my God, you're so this, you're so that. No, I'm not. I took it way too easy on people before. Way too easy. And now I'm a little bit harder on people because it's a standard. And I don't fucking need you. You need me a lot more than I need you. So it is what it is. If you can't live up to that standard, you're going to have to go somewhere else because I don't trust you. You can't see straight. And I know for a fact you can't because of your actions. I'll never be with a person that drinks a lot of alcohol. I'll never be with a person that does not eat at least kind of healthy. I'm not saying you can never eat something in left field, but you got to eat healthy foods. Normally, eat your fruit every morning, drink your water. Get some nice clean meats in your diet. Eat some salad. Vegetables. Stuff like that. You can never do those things. Get away from me. Get away from me. Because we are not going to be the same. These are the standards you need to have for certain people. The standard, I'm not saying everyone has the same standards. These are my standards. You guys can do whatever you want. You guys want to be crackheads together, be crackheads together. You want to smoke crack together, go ahead. Those are your standards. So, make sure, the whole thing is, guys, it's all about lifestyle. I'm a certain human being with a certain lifestyle. You have to be at least somewhat compatible with that. You don't have to be perfect. But the thing is, even if you take a person that is on board with a lot of things you like and a lot of things you do, you guys will adjust to each other and kind of create something together. You will grow together. You will start doing almost everything together. You know what I mean? But if you try to get in with people that's doing crazy shit, man, that you're not even doing, like, how is that compatible? It's not going to work. You're too different. So, it's honestly simple if you really think about it this way. It honestly is. Very simple. And you can grow apart from people, man. You can start doing different things. Like, at one point in time when I was younger, I could have been similar to this person. But as my standards rose, their standards, their value just going down because they're just continuing doing dumb shit. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. They had to come up. They didn't want to do it. You did. They didn't. You got to leave people like that behind. They went to a bunch of crazy shit. So, there's consequences to that. They done what they done. Not only do they do crazy things, they completely cross the fucking line. On many levels. Unacceptable behavior. So, unacceptable. How could you grow with someone like that? How could you build anything with anybody like that? You can't. Gotta let them go. So, that's the video.